Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video, which is going to be my coloring book collection video. In this video, I'm only going to show you the coloring books. I'm not going to talk about the completed pages or works in progresses or anything like that. If you'd like to see that, I will do that in a separate video. Just let me know in the comments below. But I'm just going to go through and show which books I have, talk a little about them, and try to keep it very brief because I was collecting all the books together and I figured out that I have 55 coloring books and I did not even know I had that much. Last time I counted, I was like 30, so I have accumulated a lot of coloring books lately. Like my past videos, unlike my past videos, the links to each of these books will not be in the description bar below, but what I will link down below is just a link to the Amazon homepage, and I am Amazon affiliate, so if you worth that, I will get a small kickback if you use that link to go to the and search for the items that are listed here. So let's get started. Like I said, this will be a separate video for the coloring complete pages if you want to see that. Also, if you'd like to see a flip through of any of the books that you see in this video, let me know, as well as if you want to see a colored chat or anything like that with any of the videos or any of the books in this video. I will write them down and definitely get to doing them eventually. I would love to do more, and I would love to do what people would like to see. So let's get started. The first book, well, let me say this. I have them all in separate piles. The first pile of books I'm going to show you is the books that I have set aside that I want to work in, because what I do every single month is I take a stack of books, set them aside, and so that way I can just go ahead and pick and see which book I want to color out next, and then I'll like rotate like every few weeks to a month. So I'm going to go to that, and then I have different piles. I have about 5 piles total. So let's get started. The first book here is one of my favorites, all-time favorites, and that is Magical Jungle by Johanna Basford. This one is my absolute favorite book of all coloring books, so I have about 5 or 6 pages, I think, finished in this one. The next one is Color Me Mindful, Enchanted Creatures by Anastasia Catras. This is one of the ones that you can get like in the magazine section of your grocery store. I had this book for over a year now, so you probably online, but I found this one in my grocery store. I got it for my birthday. Well, my birthday last year. And then I have Kawaii Girls by Jade Summers. I love Jade Summers books, and this is another one of my favorite ones. Next one is Jasmine Beckett Griffith, a fantasy art adventure. This one is, I believe, her first coloring book here, and I do want to get the rest of her books because I absolutely loved her artwork and I love the quality of the paper for everything. Next one is Night Terrors by Lorraine Claire. This is a horror coloring book. I have a flip through on my channel of this if you'd like to see what's inside of it. I absolutely love it. It is on the Create Space paper, but the images are squared off, so it's easier to print off if you want to put it on different paper. Next one here is Romantic Country by Eerie. This is the first tale. I do have all 3 tales, but this is one I want to try and work through the first tale until I've run out of pictures I want to do before I move on to the other ones. Next one is Spring Scenes by, it's a Creative Haven book, and the artist is Teresa Goodridge. This one is my first Creative Haven book, and I love it, and I will have a flip through coming soon on my channel of this. Next one is Mythomorphia by Kirby Rosanes. This is probably my favorite one of the Kirby Rosanes books, and I have a lot of progress worked into this book, so I'm really happy about that. Next one, I have a flip through of this one on my channel, and that is Color Yourself Inspired, the Cat Lovers Creative Soul Coloring Book. This one is just a cute cat pictures. There is quotes about cats as well as scriptures, and it's just an adorable coloring book. Next we have Witches and Whimsy by Lorraine Claire. This is another one that I have flipped through on my channel. This one is not as graphic and gory as the Night Terrors book, but is a fabulous book all in its own, so that was amazing. And the last one in this pile that I have is Secret Garden by Johanna Basford, the artist edition. This one is really nice because it is nice, thicker paper. You can do any kind of medium on it, and they do just like pop out of the book very easily, so you can frame them in any way you want to do. So that is the last one of this pile, and I'll be right back with the second pile. Okay, on to pile 2. The first one we have here is Stressless Coloring Love. This one is like a book of kind of like just stock images, but what I like about this book is they put a link down here to the stock photo, istockphoto.com, but they use the username. So for this picture here, you'd be able to go to, if you like it, to that person that made it, and you'll get the pictures from them. So I really like that one. And then I also have Stressless Coloring Cats. This one is kind of like cats with, you know, designs, and I know there's a name for it, but that's just like that, and just a bunch of creative cats. I really love these books, and I really want to work in them more. Then this is one of my first coloring books I ever picked up, and that is Botanical Wonderland. The cover is off because it came ripped off. I got it cheap at Book Outlet, and it was a scratch and dent book, and it came ripped off. But this is Botanical Wonderlands by Rachel Reinhardt. This one is just like a bunch of different flowers and stuff like that, so it's a wonderful book. I love it, and the paper quality is one of the better ones. This next book is Scandinavian Folk Patterns. Who is the artist? Has by Mitchell O'Mara Books. So this might be like illustrations by Angela Porter, Angela Von Dam, Cindy Weil, Felicia French, Hannah Davis, James Newman Gray, Joe Taylor, Julie Ingram, Rosalind Monks, Sally Merritt, Sam Luman, and Shutterstock. This is just Scandinavian Folk Patterns, and this one here, they're beautiful, beautiful pictures, and I love them. But every single time I go to start a picture in this book, I end up having like bad luck. It was something like this when I started, and then the pencils that I was using, I think this is Crayola pencils. After I start using this book, like I had no problems with other books, but every time I use them on this paper, the lead decides to break out. Just same with Start went up in the beginning too. And the same thing was happening. It's like no matter what I did, I was doing this picture here, and every single time the lead would just, every time I sharpened, the lead would just follow the cheaper pencils. And I know it's probably the cheaper pencils, so like that, but it's like every time I worked in it, I would use a different book and it wouldn't work. So I was like, this book's cursed. I'm just gonna set it aside for a later purpose. But I do want to get back to that one. And another one of my very first coloring books is A Million Cats, Fabulous Felines to Color by Lulu Mayo. This one is beautiful, beautiful. I love it because it's cats, but the only thing I don't like about this book is the spine is like very thick and just kind of like tries to close itself again, so you have to kind of like hold it and work with it. Next one here is Flying Colors by Penny Press. This is just a one you find in the magazine section. I don't even think there is a artist. Let me see really quick. Images are by Shutterstock. They're Shutterstock images. But I haven't done anything in this book yet, so. But I grabbed it, and then it was one of the ones that I grabbed it right before move, and then I just got lost on the shelf. This next one is Cursing Animals, basically. I'm not going to even try flipping through it unless you want to see a flip through of it. But this one is just cute cursing animals, and there are very vulgar and offensive sayings in them. This next three books are the coloring books that you get at the dollar store. And I have Adult Coloring Tattoos, Adult Coloring Fish, and Adult Color Inspirational Quotes. These are just, you know, the ones you get at the dollar store. They're $1 and they're beautiful images. You know, you can do some amazing things with them. I colored in this one. I had to finish that one. That was a work in progress, but let's see, where was my work? Right here at the beginning. I did that one when I first got the books, but I haven't worked with these ones yet. The next coloring book here is Coloring Christmas Cats. This one is just by Topic Media Press. I believe it is just by Shutterstock Images. Let me double check here. Yeah, there's no artists anywhere around here, so I think they're all just kind of Shutterstock Images or stock images. Next one is Southern Living Christmas at Home, a lifestyle coloring book. This one is illustrated by Jan Garati, but what's really nice about this one is it's all Christmas ones, but eventually you will find pages in here where it's a coloring book, a gingerbread roulade, whatever you, I hope that's the process, but you also get the recipe for as well on there, so you can color it and cook it to eat it. I wanted to do this book during the Christmas time, but I just did not get to it, so hopefully I'll get it done sometime this year. Next two books are the same ones, and it is Coloring the Classics, Wizard of Oz. I am not a fan of this book. The lines in here are super teeny tiny, like they're just, show us again, like even a gel pen would be too small. So what I actually did with this, and I'm going to probably do a separate video on it, is I'm going to turn this book here. I'm going to keep this one here for my collection, and then this one here I'm going to turn into like a deconstructed coloring book where I just kind of like test out mediums. Like back here on this other page, I just test out watercolors randomly from like a cheap kids watercolor set. And then this one here I did a cheap kind of like acrylic paint, like watercolor finger paint for kids to try as a background. That's kind of what I'm going to do with it, and just kind of like make it a deconstructed coloring book and make it into like an art project more. Another one from the Color in the Classic series is Alice in Wonderland. This one I actually don't mind as much because the lines in here, you could kind of come in here with a gel pen, so it's not like super bad. There's ones like this where I wouldn't do anything like that, but if you put a wash on it and stuff like that, I think you can do a little more. Like this one is a little crazy, but with a little just color all in. So I'm just not a really big fan of the Coloring Classic books, or Coloring the Classic ones. And the last one from the stack is a Game of Thrones coloring book. This one, haven't done, I'm kind of intimidated by it. I do have a work in progress, I'll show you. Just that one I know I wasn't going to do it, but that was kind of like what I was doing before I got intimidated. So I'll be right back with the next stack. Okay, this next stack here I have the first one, which is just a kid's Barbie coloring book. It's just kids' images and stuff like that for it, but I used to only color these kind of books. This one and the next book you'll see, I only colored these ones when I was a kid. I really loved the Barbie coloring books. I just loved ones here. This one doesn't have as much, but like the one I had growing up had like all of them, like the Barbie, the Ken, all the other I had ones in it as well. But this one I got at Ollie's for 70 cents. I figured, let me take a trip down memory lane one time and, you know, just color it on that one. And then the next one is another one that I used to like coloring all the time. That is just Disney princesses. This has all of the different Disney princesses like Snow White, Tangled, which is Rapunzel, all the kind of stuff like that. And it is just like the classic kids coloring on high color paint, or a lot of where it's just the color paper, stuff like that for the kids. But for a trip down memory lane, I might as well. For $2 and a trip down memory lane, it's worth it to have it in my coloring book collection. The next one is The Art of Coloring, Rogue One, A Star Wars Stories, 100 Image to Inspire Creativity. This one here, I will say if you're a fan of Star Wars, it's good for a collector, but it is one of the ones where you get pages like this. You get the pages like this, and you have the artwork on one side, and it continues that theme. You have the artwork on one side, then you have this kind of like image just all thrown together. So I pretty much got it because I love Star Wars. And that way, you know, for a collection, if I pull out every now and then, I pull out every now and then. The next one is The Inspired Room by Melissa Mitchell. This is a, this is just a like home design coloring book. So it's really fun. I like this one. The next two books are Fabian Attanasio books, and that is Alice in Wonderland and Peter Pan. I love her books. I love her artwork. They're just super cute artworks, and I want to get the rest of her books. I absolutely love them. Next one, you've seen this one already, is The Cat Lover's Creative Soul. I have a duplicate copy. I got this book at Ollie's, and when I see a book for Ollie's at $2, I grab multiple copies because I can use this for, you know, if I mess up an image in the other one, I can get it from this one because they are perforated pages, so I can like, or this one is not, yeah, it is perforated page, it's just hard. But, yeah, I figure I have an extra copy, so for $2, grab an extra one. And this other one here is Mommy and Me, Coloring Inspired by Faith. I liked this book because you get dual images. You have an image over here, which is more complicated for the mother or father who is coloring, and then you have the color on this side for the kid, which is kind of like a easier color page, but it's not like too simple and too easy where, you know, the kid's not going to feel a challenge to color it. And you can sit there, you can put the page down, you can color side by side or like at the angle, whatever like that, but it's easier and it's really fun. And then on the back side you have different scriptures. You have the scripture for the adult on one side, and then you have the scripture for the kid on one side. So it's like a more kid-friendly scripture, and then you have the, I believe, let me double check, I might have it wrong. Nope. You have the kid scripture on this side, and then on the other side, the parent issue, you have the more parent-friendly scripture version. So there's that one there. I really love this book, and they're just cute images. You see, like, do a quick little flip through of it. You see, you have a little more complicated one, and then you have a little more kid-friendly picture. And I love it. I actually bought this book for the kids side because the images here are just really, really cute for both sides, and I think it would be good to do each one as like a 2-page, but like get more in depth with the coloring and shading on this side, and just kind of like straight color this side like I would as a kid. So I really love this one. I can't wait to color on this one soon. And I'm gonna go on to the next stack. And we're on to the stacks where I have a lot of my favorite books into it. This one and the next stack are full of my favorite books. The first stack you've seen, this stack and the next stack are pretty much all of my favorite coloring books. These next two I got just the other weekend, and these are coloring Christmas cards. You have Peace and Joy Color, which is celebrate the seasons. They're Christmas coloring cards, so you can kind of color them up and send them out for, you know, the holiday season. So I thought that was a really good idea to have these. And then they have Very Merry Christmas, which is one is a little more detailed images for the holidays. I love that one there. And what I like about this one is, this one here has a little bit more like Merry Christmas ones and stuff like that, but they mix in like Happy Holidays, Happy New Year's. So if you like this one here, I think mixes in a lot more of the like Happy Holidays ones. So what I liked about it is these books here are really good. They're like 20 in each one, but what I like about this one here is it mixes in the Happy Holidays ones. So like say if you have someone that doesn't celebrate Christmas, you can get the Happy Holidays one, and this one has a lot of the Merry Christmas ones in it for the people who do celebrate Christmas. So you have a lot of, you know, you have a lot of choices there and to color these. You will probably have to color these with gel pen or be very, very careful, but I like them. I figured these are good to have on hand just in case. Then I have the Cassandra Clare Mortal Instrument coloring book. I actually have 2 copies of this one, and I forgot to grab the other one, but it's on my shelf with the rest of the book, the Shadowhunter book series, but I do have 2 copies of this one, so I have 56 coloring books, not 55. Next one, I have a flip through of these next 2 books coming on my channel soon, so you'll see that, and this one is The Curiosity Shop by Chris Price, and The Sweet Shop by Chris Price. These are old-time classic kind of pictures. They're super, super cute, very thick lines in them, but I think you can do wonderful, wonderful images in these ones. So keep an eye if you're interested in the flip-throughs coming. I believe I'm going to post this the week of March 5th, anytime between that week there, and then I think on the 9th, the flip-through of these 2 books will be coming up on my channel. Then we have Imagimorphia by Kirby Rosanes. This is my second favorite one of his books. I absolutely love this one. The images in here are just super, super gorgeous. I love it. I love these bugs and beetle things. Let's just show you very briefly. Have that one, which is, this is the Leisure Art color pencils, and this is Leisure Art markers. And I think I have a whip in here I didn't even know about. Is that Prisma pen? No. I forgot I even had that, so I'll have to mark that off so I can come back to do that. And then I have my least favorite Kirby Rosanes, and that is Animorphia. I just don't like books that have like a lot of this. Fill the page in with bats, complete the lion's mane. I have a whip there that I did start. But like I don't really like the ones that like complete the saber stripes. I just don't like that. So I'm glad I have this one for my collection of the Morphia series, because there's Phantom Morphia coming out, and then I know he teased on his Instagram book 5 in the Morphia series. But yeah, I don't like them that much. And then I have Romantic Country, the 3rd tale, and Romantic Country, the 2nd tale. I did color one picture in here before I decided that I wanted to do the books in order. Do like the first book, color as many pictures I wanted to, and then move on to the 2nd tale, and then move on to the 3rd tale. So I had that one colored before I figured that out. So that is the 4th stack. Let's move on to the final stack and then wrap this all up. Okay, we are on to the final lot of coloring books. I am severely out of breath from moving these coloring books back and forth. These things are heavier than you would think. So this first one here is another one of my favorite coloring books as well, and that is Fantasia by Nicholas F. Chandra-Wianada. Hope I finally figured out how to get that name right. This one is a spiral bound. It had the covers to it, but I kind of chopped it up and just kind of paper clipped on the cover here, so that way it sticks onto it. But it had one of the covers, and like you flipped over, it was like sticking out the edge there. I didn't really like it too much, but this is one of my favorite ones. I want to get a couple more copies of this book. Now on to my Jade Summer collections. You've seen the first one, you've seen Quiet Girls, but I also have Jade Summer's Vampires. I really want to get Vampires Volume 2. Then I have Everyday Horror. I really don't like this one of hers. There's like line work and stuff like that through it, and I don't know, it's just like this here in the ground, that just it's not my favorite thing to do, but I have it for just case like horror months like that, or if I want to break it out. Then I have Chibi Girls. I still need to get Volume 2 because her Chibi Girls series are one of my favorite ones here, and I love it, and I was slowly working my way through this book from start to finish, and then I stopped at this page. I really need to get back to it. And then I have her newest horror one, which is Chibi Girls Horror, and I love this book. I love all things horror. This book is fantastic. I love it. So that is the Jade Summer books. Now we're going to move on to the Johanna Basfords. I have a lot of Johanna Basfords, but I don't have a lot of Johanna Basfords, if that makes sense. You'll figure that out. I have Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. This one is her newest release, and it's the storybook for I1, where you have kind of like the story and the images going throughout. I was going to start this book from the beginning. I did this page here. I was going to kind of move on and go through that, but then I decided, no, I'm not going to do that, and I just started this one here as a whip. But I figured I'll just share that really quick because I could. It's very easily, and I don't think this video will actually be as long as I thought. So, you've seen Magical Jungle, the first thing, and you heard me say that I like to pick up coloring books if they're cheap to have extra on hand, and since this is one of my favorite coloring books, I have the first copy of Magical Jungle, I have a second copy of Magical Jungle, a third copy, and a fourth copy. I am fully stocked with coloring books. I got all these for $1.99. This is my favorite coloring book, so I am going to be working through all 4 books. I am going to be working, the first book I have I'm doing with like Prismas and gel pens, and then with this one here I'll probably work differently and do like, maybe like when I get my Fila pencils, when I want to get, I'll do like all Filas in this one. This one here, maybe I'll do like all a different kind of pencil or whatever kind of mediums through it. And then this one, I have another one. I love this book, so I'm glad to have multiple copies of it. And if all these gets back in stock, I will clear them out of it as well. Next one is Johanna's Basfords, Johanna's Christmas. This one I want to get another copy of because I did, I messed up a couple images in here. I would like to redo them separately, so I want to get a separate copy of it. And then finally, the final book here is another copy of the Johanna Basford Secret Garden Artist Edition. This one is still in the wrapping and everything like that, but $2.99, I wasn't going to pass up an artist quality book. So that is all of my coloring book collection. I ran out of breath going back and forth collecting all these books. But yeah, that is my coloring book collection video. If you'd like to see any of these coloring books, let me know. I can do a flip through of them. I can give like a flip through review if you want to see my opinions on them, anything like that. If you want to see a color and chat in any of the videos, let me know, and I'll definitely make a note of it so that I can know in the future. Also, if you'd like to purchase any of these books, please use my Amazon link. If you'd like to help the channel out, I am an Amazon affiliate or Amazon associate, and then a little bit of a kickback, go into my channel if you use the link. It's a small one, but it adds up if enough people use it. So anyways, that is my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see a completed pages tour and current whips, stuff like that. I also am going to be filming a coloring supply video. That one will probably come up in the next week or so because these ones are long, my internet is slow, so it takes a little while to upload. But anyways, until next time, I hope you have an amazing day and happy coloring. And I am back very shortly after. I found 4 more coloring books that I didn't know about that I had mixed up in my art supplies. So I have Flying Wonders, Sea Life, Calming Patterns, and Natural Wonders. These are all just kind of like Shutterstock image pages. They are beautiful, beautiful pages in here. But, I had these with my coloring supplies and they were buried and I didn't see them. So that is now the true end of this video. And until next time, I hope you have an amazing day and happy coloring.